Sophy and I started collaborating, gosh, like a year and a half ago now. I was looking for a community manager for my Attract and Activate program, for my SEO program. And Sophy volunteered, well, not volunteered, I paid you. So no, you didn't volunteer. Sophy was already in the program and applied to be the community manager. And it was a perfect fit because she already knew the program and was already in the community. And Sophy is a brilliant mind around how to build community and connect people. And so we started working together on that when the community was still in a Facebook group. And part of your research and your surveying the community that was in there was saying, like, what are ways that we can support you better? What are ways that we can help you engage with this material? And one of the things that we were hearing from people is exactly what you were feeling, which was, I really don't want to have to log into Facebook to get this information, right?
Absolutely. So, that came through really strongly.
Yeah, and we used the Facebook community tools to poll the community to ask them, like, do you want to stay here? Or like the class, should I stay or should I go? Because I think a lot of us are in that zone of like, people are already here. They're already hanging out. They already have this behavior ingrained in their day. It's the app that they open. So it's the lowest hanging fruit in terms of where you can build, and it's free. But there's a resentment on the part of potentially, depending on who you're working with and how you're engaging with them and what their relationship is with social media, there may be some of this, like, I would really like to not be in Facebook anymore. And that's what we were coming up against. I do find that it tends to be more in B2B communities that people are feeling this way. Yes. Again, if you're B2C, it's like people don't feel the same, like, push to be on Facebook all the time. So getting off of Facebook doesn't feel like as much of a chore. So tell me about kind of that process of engaging with people and figuring out whether to stay in Facebook or not.
I think it was, it took a little while to dig a bit deeper and really try to get a sense from people of, do they feel kind of momentarily irritated by this, or do they really feel, a strong desire to come off this platform? And obviously there was a range of views, and I think there were a small proportion of people who strongly preferred Facebook and have never felt the same about being
it's true.
Not in a resenting the community moving off of Facebook way, but just in they knew themselves, they knew that they wouldn't be very good at checking in on a new platform, and so they were aware of that as a problem kind of in advance. But the majority of the people that not just out of the survey, but the people that we talked to, because you and I both took the opportunity of any live call that we were on with people to have a bit of a chat about this as well, and people were really strongly voicing a desire to come off of Facebook, and that's really what gave us the impetus to actually follow through the knowledge that this wasn't just that you and I personally both happened to prefer to go on Facebook, but that there was actually a groundswell of feeling within the community. So it wasn't unanimous, but it was definitely the majority view. And then, and
really quickly, I've talked about this a lot. And so people now are coming to me and saying, I want to get my group off of Facebook groups. What do I do? And my first question is always, do you want to leave, or do your people want to leave? Yes. And I think the first step is identifying where that feeling is coming from and how prevalent it is. Because if you want to get out, but you have 20,000 people who are in there really happy in there, then you might just be stuck. I'm sorry.
Yeah. Yeah. So it's really looking at, is there enough of a consensus there to make it worthwhile to move? Because there is pain in the move for sure. We then, once you and I had decided that, yes, it seemed to be enough of a groundswell of opinion to make this worth going into, then stage 2 is working out, well, okay, we know where we don't want to be. Where do we actually positively want to move to. And that was a whole bunch of research.
And we started again with the community and said, what tools are you using? What do you like? What do you not like? And I've actually seen this. I think Lizzie Goddard asked this in her group recently too, which is like, which tools do you like and why, and which do you not like and why? And some of the tools were very polarizing. I know Mighty, I probably tagged you in that, where like Mighty Networks, people either love it and can't get enough of it and want to be in it all the time, or they really strongly dislike it and want to go anywhere else.